it's Dani'i and welcome to another video, and I'm here with updates on two systems. In the Eastern Pacific, we'll be looking at brewing Tropical Storm Delilah, and in the Atlantic, we'll be looking at Invest 94L. That is definitely a rainfall threat for parts of the United States. But before I go into details, please take a second or two to subscribe if you haven't, and tap the notification bell so you know every time when I post a new video, as well as to share to make persons out there know what is taking place and to help the channel grow. So this is what tropical depression number 5 is looking like in the Eastern Pacific, and right here we see that there is a lot of convective activity taking place near the center of the system, and it is expected to become a tropical storm later today. And we're seeing that it's not very organized at the moment, but when it reaches tropical storm status, we might see a bit more tightening up of the system. So here we have the forecast going from the National Hurricane Center, and currently it is moving to the north at 9 miles per hour. So not moving very slow or very quickly, but at a moderate pace right now. And in the next advisory, probably becomes a tropical storm, and when it becomes a storm, it will acquire the name Delilah. So we're looking forward to seeing Delilah later today, but the good news is that it is not a threat to land. And as you're seeing, probably sometime later on Wednesday going into the end of this week, it is expected to weaken and become post-tropical at least early Thursday. That is what the National Hurricane Center is predicting for brewing Delilah. And the reason for this is because of the sea surface temperatures. So it is located somewhere around here, but as it moves more to the north, you realize that the ocean temperatures are cooling, going into the lower 20s and going 19, 18, 17, 16. So very cold waters up here, and that is why it is going to weaken, because remember, if it doesn't have any fuel, it cannot go on. It would be like a car. If there is no gas in the car, it is not going to work. So with that, it fuels the warm ocean waters, and when it arrives, it will gradually weaken through the rest of this week. So time for us to stray a bit from the Pacific and move over into the Atlantic. Here we have the disturbance that we could see becoming CHANTAL, but now the chances are not really high. So the increase is there from yesterday, and it is a 10% increase. Yesterday it was at 20% chance, and now it is at 30% chance of formation. But the National Hurricane Center is not expecting it to become a tropical cyclone due to upper level winds that will help to inhibit that. But regardless though, the rainfall threat definitely going to be a problem for parts of Cuba, the Bahamas, Florida, and the eastern sides of Georgia and the Carolinas. So this is what it looks like. Very, very, very disorganized system, and you're seeing that a lot of it is not really reaching Cuba at this time, but a couple bands from it could reach there and bring a little increase in the rainfall activity. But Florida definitely going to get some rainfall from it, at least through early this week going into the midweek. So I'm advising you guys to just take the necessary precautions. This is not something that is very significant, but the rainfall is a problem because it could cause some flash flooding. So just be cautious through this week if you are to be affected, or if you're being affected by Invest 94L in the Bahamas right now. So just remember to just always be cautious. Right now, the Central Pacific is looking pretty quiet. The disturbance that was there that had a very weak chance of becoming a Coney has dissipated. So the Central Pacific Hurricane Center is no longer expecting any development of it. So Hawaii looking pretty free out there in the Pacific. So guys, if you found this video pretty informative, please ensure to give a thumbs up, and remember to always be weather-wise, and I'll keep giving updates on the tropics.